What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mello. Y'all missed me, huh?
Y'all really are obsessed with me. It's too much.
But on a more serious note, what is going on Beyonce's internet? Lil Fizz's butthole was exposed, Carisha had a mental breakdown after the announcement of Diddy's new baby, and the Megan and Tory case has yet another turn of events. I mean, this case has more twists and turns than a San Francisco street. And all that happened just this week. And it's only Wednesday. Tuesday and day 2 of the trial, Megan took to the stand, and let's just say it was very interesting. So it says, quick thread, Megan Thee Stallion was only on the stand for about 45 minutes this morning, but she walked through the entire shooting in that time. She entered court about 11:15 a.m. to shouts of support in the hallway. Tory Lanez did not look at her when she entered. Megan was emotional as soon as she took the stand, describing Lanez as someone she used to be friends with before telling the prosecutor she didn't feel good. I can't believe I have to come up here and do this. It goes on to say, Megan says the argument in the SUV started because she wanted to leave the party at Kylie Jenner's house and Lanez didn't. He had an attitude, and when they got in the car, he told Megan, you need to stop lying to your friend, referring to Kelsey. Megan says she wanted to get out of the car right then and there, but I'm in the peak of being famous and I'm in a thong and I look all crazy. It says she was obviously worried about being photographed. It says eventually he lifts her out of the car, and Megan describes the shooting as it has been in court and interviews before. Lanez yells, dance bitch, and fires 5 times, she says. I'm in shock, I'm scared, I hear the gun going off, I can't believe he's shooting at me. It says defense attorney George has repeatedly argued no one will testify Lanez or anyone yelled the phrase, dance bitch. Phrase the prosecution has used reportedly, and DDA Alexander began his opening argument with. It says Megan says the gunfire floored everyone. Lanez looked shocked, Kelsey looked shocked, Jaquan, the driver, who was laying security, looked shocked. It says Megan confirms that the argument started about their romantic situation. It quickly escalated to a fight about their careers. Lanez apparently told Megan she ain't shit, and Megan responded by insulting his stature in the music industry. It says Megan also hits on a topic that's been central to the case between the Daystar record and Drake's recent lyrics that imply she lied about the shooting, that she feared reporting Lanez could hurt her career. This whole situation in the industry is like a big boys club. Like I'm telling on one of y'all friends, now you're all about to hate me. It goes on to say, asked why she didn't report shooting to the LAPD during the vehicle stop. At this time, we were at the height of police brutality. I thought if I said this man had shot me, they might shoot first and ask questions later. I don't feel safe in the car. I don't feel safe with the police. She adds, first of all, in the Black community, in my community, it's not really acceptable to be cooperating with police officers. It then says, Megan repeated the allegations that Lane offered both her and Kelsey Harris $1 million not to talk to the police, saying he couldn't get arrested again as he was on probation. At one point, the court went into recess, and after that, that's when Megan resumed her testimony. Megan's testimony after lunch break was significantly more emotional. She got very animated and broke down several times talking about the toll of the shooting. Because I was shot, I've been turned into some kind of villain, and he's the victim. This has messed up my whole life. I'm having a really difficult time sitting up here and comfortably telling my story, Megan testified. I've got to sit across from Tory. I'm really trying to come off as a strong woman. I don't want to give them the power they've been taking from me going on 3 years. This whole story was about who I'm having sex with, and I don't understand why that matters, she told jurors after lunch. She was embarrassed and thought it was besides the point, she said. It's disgusting at this point. How can I share my body with somebody who could shoot me? Now, here's the thing with Megan. This is the first time that she has publicly acknowledged that she has had an intimate relationship with Tory Lanez. If you all recall, she denied it multiple times in the media, most noticeably her interview with Gayle King. Check this out.
What was the nature of your relationship with Tory Lanez? Because he has led people to believe that it was a sexual relationship, that it was that you two were dating. What was the nature of
We were not dating. We were really close. We were friends. We hung out like every day. And his mom passed too. So when I felt like we were bonding over that. And
did you have an intimate relationship with him?
like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
My biggest thing is, why lie? I mean, this incident was going to trial and the truth was going to come out eventually. Now, in her defense, I do understand the first time where she said that she stepped on glass instead of saying someone shot her. She said she was scared that the police would kill someone if they found a gun in the car. And I get that. Being pulled over by a cop can be scary for a black person. But my thing is, this is a few times Megan has lied about what took place during that incident. So honestly, what are people to think? Taking a step back, I can unfortunately see why a lot of people do not believe her. I mean, this story has changed so many times that it's thrown a lot of people into confusion. And I also think frustration as well. It's like no one wants to tell the truth. But here's what I also think. I do not believe that it was glass that injured Megan, as some people are still saying. You know, I do understand that out of fear, she said that it was glass that injured her at first. But Megan does have medical records to prove that bullet fragments were removed from her feet. So yes, Megan was indeed shot. Now, by who is what we're all trying to figure out. After coming out and saying she was shot, Megan is now saying that it was Tory who shot her. And Tory is denying this. I did a previous video where I was talking about this case, and I said there that I was not picking sides. I am just as confused as a lot of other people, and at this point, I'm just going to wait for the court to decide what happened. But if there's one thing that I've learned about Tory, is that man's ego is extremely fragile, and he'll lie in your face too. Again, do you all recall the incident that happened with August Alsina? Here's the video in case you all missed it.
Man, I wish you would have got that. I did get it. You did? Damn.
Don't do it. You already shot Megan.
You knocked his ass out, Tory? You knocked him out? I missed that shit. Tory said he just knocked August Alsina ass right out. One punch crunched him, Tory. He said one punch crushed his ass. Look up. He just did that.
Now, here's what Tory had to say later about the incident.
I gotta tell you this a million times. Tory!
What's up?
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna just ask you I'm gonna ask, this is a media question, because I'm on live. Tory, I'm on live. Bro.
Don't ask me nothing crazy.
Okay. What happened with August, bro? Everything good?
Brother, wrong. Nah, nothing happened. I don't even know what this kid is talking about, brother.
Okay, so you're not involved?
No, hell no. I don't know if he's doing a promo. I don't know what that nigga is talking about, brother.
Yo, when I read it, I'm like, yo, Tory not even violent like that, bro. Like, yo.
Yo, I can't even, act.
All right.
I love you to death, Mike.
Tory, yeah, that's my new number. Save it.
Just lying. Tory was later placed on house arrest for the assault that he did on August Alsina. But in that moment, what Tory showed is that his ego is extremely fragile. He also showed that he is extremely compulsive and does not think about his actions. If he jumped a man simply because he did not want to shake his hand, I truly believe he can shoot a woman for talking about his status in the music industry. Again, it says Megan confirms that while the argument started about their romantic situation, it quickly escalated to a fight about their careers. Lanez apparently told Megan she ain't shit, and Megan responded by insulting his stature in the music industry. She said that really set him off. Looking at Tory's past actions, I say that yes, that man is very well capable and possibly could have shot Megan. But again, I go off of people's actions, and what they have both publicly shown is that neither one of them is telling the truth. And it's unfortunate, but I do see both sides as to why some people don't believe Megan and some people don't believe Tory. You know, as for me personally, I just have to remain neutral in this situation. Like I said, I'm just going to let the courts decide at this point because I am confused. And I'm also conflicted because, like I said, neither of them have been telling the truth. So I truly do not know who to believe in this situation. So now we get to Wednesday, which is day 3 of the trial. Woo, and let me tell y'all, when I tell you this case took another turn, So Kelsey took to the stand and she asked for and was granted immunity. And this caused people to immediately speculate that she was either the one to shoot Megan or she was going to take the blame for Tory. It says Kelsey's testimony at Tory Lanez's trial began with her showing up with an attorney and asking for immunity. It was granted even after the DA swore they had no intent to prosecute her. No explanation as to what the immunity is for, no comment from Lanez's defense attorney, and Harris and her attorney fled the hallway before they could be approached by reporters. It says she generally painted Megan as drunk and acting out at the party before the fight in the SUV that predated the shooting. Key moment came when DDA Kathy asked if Lanez had threatened to shoot Kelsey, and Kelsey took the fifth. Court broke not long after this on 2 key points: whether Lanez threatened her, whether Lanez called her and Megan bitches, and I believe that word says hoes, Kelsey was non-responsive until DDA reminded her. She confirmed both these things in a September 2022 interview with the prosecution. It says, Prosecutor Kathy, were there accusations about you having shot Megan? Kelsey, there were. Prosecutor, and how do you feel about them? Kelsey, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So after they took a break, testimonies resumed, and then this was being reported. It says, I'm back on the 15th floor, lined up to get into the judge's courtroom for more testimony from Kelsey and Tory Lanez's criminal trial over the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Tory's lawyer admits Megan was shot, but says Kelsey was the one who shot her, not Tory. Now, this is the first time Tory's team has acknowledged that Megan was in fact shot. What I believe, like many others, is that they're trying to cast reasonable doubt for the jurors. Remember, Kelsey was granted immunity, so Tory's lawyer is like, yes, okay, she was shot, but it wasn't by Tory, it was by Kelsey. And a lot of people think this is a part of the plan. Have Kelsey take the blame since she was granted immunity. And you know what, to be honest, I wouldn't doubt it. Now, getting back to some more testimony from Kelsey, it says the prosecutor then asked Kelsey what else happened on that ride home. Kelsey said, I don't know, we just argued and took jabs at each other. Then the prosecutor asked Kelsey, did Tory threaten to shoot you on the ride home? Kelsey went silent. Then Kelsey said, I don't remember. The prosecutor asked again, did Tory threaten to shoot you on the ride home, Kelsey? Kelsey stated, I don't know. The prosecutor then reminded Kelsey she confessed this when she was questioned by them 2 months ago in September. Kelsey invoked her Fifth Amendment rights. The prosecutor then pulled out Kelsey's statements and asked Kelsey, do you remember telling us Tory Lanez threatened to shoot you on the ride home? Kelsey replied with yes. Kelsey then asked the judge to speak to her lawyer. Kelsey was escorted outside to speak to her lawyer. Kelsey came back into court and the prosecutor asked Kelsey again, when Tory threatened to shoot you, exactly what did Tory say? Kelsey asked the judge, do I have to answer that? The judge told her yes. She evoked her Fifth Amendment again. The judge then asked counsel to approach. Kelsey counsel approached the bench with the prosecutor and defense attorneys. They spoke for about 5 minutes. The judge paused court, sent everyone to recess to give Kelsey and lawyers time to talk. Now, I think this took everyone for a loop, but let's pause for a minute and look at the dynamics of Kelsey and Megan's relationship before trial. Now, do you all recall when Megan went on Instagram Live and had no sympathy for Kelsey when she went to jail? Check this short video out, and disclaimer, it is explicit.
I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble than what we was already about to get in. The fuck? I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what, you know, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy. The motherfucking doctor, the police finally let me go. I ain't go to jail. Them 3 motherfuckers went to jail. I get to the hospital, the doctors do x-rays on my feet.
I don't know about y'all, but I've never been to jail and I truly thank God for that. But let me go to jail behind somebody else and my friend is on Instagram Live talking about some I didn't go to jail, them motherfuckers did. It would definitely be war from then on out. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you have no sympathy for me going to jail, I would have no sympathy for you going forward. Now, I understand not everyone will agree or relate to that, but I do think Megan's lack of sympathy and the various diss tracks she's put out on Kelsey has pushed Kelsey further and further away from sympathizing with Megan. And look, I'm not saying it's right, but I do understand it. Now, let's check this video out of someone breaking down the testimony that Kelsey gave a little bit more.
And it gets crazier. We are on a 15-minute break. Got to get back into the courtroom very quickly. I sat at 12 o'clock directly in Kelsey's line of vision. I watched her testify. I watched her deny that Tory threatened to shoot her. I watched her confess that she lied to the police when she said that. The reason why she was lying to the police, the investigators, is because she wanted to protect herself. OMG. The rest of the testimony that we just saw in the after lunch session was a prosecutor holding on for dear life to a recording between her, a police investigator, and another LA County prosecutor, and Kelsey, and just replaying that recording and saying, Kelsey, didn't you say this? And Kelsey saying, I did. Kelsey, is that true? And Kelsey saying, no, I lied. Did the LA County prosecutors give Kelsey immunity? I think so, they did, didn't they? That's what I reported this morning. That's what I saw in this courtroom. Does Kelsey sound like a believable witness? No. Is Tory Lanez accusing her of being the shooter? Yes. I'll tell you something. That jury, most of them, it looked like they had their mind made up. I don't know which way, but they saw that person say that I lied about all that to protect myself. They're going to hear that there was gunshot residue on her.
This is literally too much. Now, here's the last piece of news being reported in day 3 of the trial. It says on afternoon break at Tory Lanez trial, Kelsey's testimony has been a lot of item recalls and at least one more failed attempt to plead the fifth. She's saying she doesn't remember things she said to the prosecutor during a September interview, which was recorded. Critically, she wouldn't confirm she saw Lanez with a gun, which she said in the recorded interview, or that Lanez threatened to shoot her, which she said in the recorded interview. Recordings have been played in court. It goes on to say Harris is saying she's struggling with postpartum depression and a recent death in the family, and her mind isn't here right now. She also denied Lanez offered her hush money, which Megan alleged she did to the tune of $1 million yesterday. Judge has directed at this time that the jury cannot consider the recordings of Kelsey's prior interview with the DA's office as evidence. Our interview was not 100% truthful, Kelsey said of her prior interview, though she hasn't said what specifically is inaccurate. She has flat out denied shooting at Megan. You know, before Kelsey took the stand, I was almost like, okay, yeah, Tory shot her, he probably did it. Now, if you ask me, I don't know if this was a part of the plan, but if reasonable doubt was a part of it, they got me. Because the doubt is definitely doubting. Tory is facing up to 20 years if convicted, I believe, and also deportation back to Canada. As far as Megan, she could be tainted as a liar, and we could see a dwindle in her career if she loses this case. Everything is at stake for the both of them. This is sure to be one hell of a fight. As this is only day 3 of the trial and the court case is not over, I'm sure there will be more twists and turns later on down the line. I think at this point, everyone is just ready for this to be over with. But it's time to hear from you all. What do you think about the Megan versus Tory case? Do you believe she was shot? Do you think that Tory was the one to do it? Or do you believe that Kelsey could have done it? If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if that's okay too. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content. Last but not least, make sure to hit that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos, as I do upload them weekly. Now, I also wanted to say thank you all so much for helping me reach my goal of 100 subscribers. You all really exceeded my expectations, and I cannot believe we're sitting at how many we are right now. You know, I'm truly grateful, and I wanted you all to know that I don't take it for granted, and I hope to continue to put out content that you'll all enjoy. So thank you from the top, bottom, and both sides of my heart. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you all on the next video.